When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
Hey, Ben and Kelly, I've been with my boyfriend, we'll call him Dan.
Hi, Dan.
For almost 5 years.
All right.
He's wonderful. We've got a great relationship. We have talked about spending our lives together, but had mutually agreed in the beginning that marriage wasn't a priority for either one of us.
Mm-hmm.
He has said for years he never wanted to marry, which is fine with me. But I now suspect that he's planning to propose to me on our 5th anniversary. He's never really been great at hiding surprises. Now, I'm thrilled that he wants to make that kind of commitment, and I want nothing more than to spend the rest of my life with him, but the thought of marriage scares me. I don't know if it's nerves about the pending proposal or that I've never planned on marriage, and now I have to think about all the stress and strife that comes with planning a wedding. I want to say yes, but I love the way things are right now, and I know that marriage will change things. What, if anything, do I say to him?
You just say, yes, let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? You guys get divorced? You spend thousands of dollars and get a divorce?
Why are we bringing that up right now?
I'm just saying, let's think worst
Is that
case
the positive thinking?
Well, I'm just saying, think worst case scenario. What's the worst that could happen? Or,
okay.
I
think that's the scary part that she's talking about.
Well, I think the scary part for her is planning the wedding. So then you just go to the courthouse, you get a little certificate that says you're married, and then you go elope.
She's worried that the marriage will change things, and they'll lead to the messy divorce. But I think she's either kind of asking us to, calm her fears so that she's fine with it if he proposes, or she's like, how do we talk him off the ledge and say, don't rock the boat? But I feel like it's more of ease my fears about marriage and tell me it's going to be fine.
How does she know he's going to propose?
She says he's not very good at hiding things.
Yeah, she could. Oh, did she discover the engagement ring or something?
That leads me to think that, yes, that she has picked up on some things that he's planning.
Well, that's probably then just, she probably sent us this right after she found that. And her emotions were on high, and she's just
she's in panic
her head's
mode,
swirling. She doesn't know what to do, whatever.
She's kind of like, we're fine. Let's not mess it up.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, okay. Well,
but it's a huge gesture on his part. And you said you want to spend the rest of your life together. So I don't think that the marriage is going to wreck your relationship if the foundation of you guys loving each other. Now, you need to have some big conversations about what that marriage means to him. Does that mean he wants kids now and maybe you didn't? Or have you had those big conversations? Mm-hmm. And also have conversations about if you guys are still living with separate finances, have that conversation about what that's going to look like too. If you have some big conversations, then you can ward off some major issues that you might face once you become legally bound to each other.
Maybe that's part of her fear, and you're just helping her fear.
We have the conversations about it, though. We have the conversations.
She doesn't want to have conversations like that. She just loves the whole, all right, we're just unattached, yet we're attached. We're aloof. We're carefree, happy-go-lucky. Again, what's the worst that could happen? You guys get married and then get divorced in a few years?
Why are you keep mentioning the divorce?
I'm just saying, you wouldn't be the first.
I think, but she is worried, though, about once you become legally bound to someone and if you get entangled with finances and all the things, it's a bigger, messier breakup. That's
Kelly
what
and
she's.
Literally,
you're
are
not
no
helping.
Help. No,
I'm helping. You're not helping.
You're not helping either.
I am helping.
Tricia, plug your ears. We're fighting. All right.
Wait, were we supposed to say her name? Oh yeah, okay. She's fine with that. It's in quotes.
Yeah. All right. Hey, let us know what your thoughts are, especially if you had the same convictions or, I guess, reservations about the whole proposal, the marriage, and you either went through with it or you didn't, and what your experience was, because that might help Tricia. But ultimately, it's going to be her decision. Who are we to get involved? Except we are now.
She brought us in.
I know, we're involved, Tricia, whether you like it or not. So Tricia's convinced her boyfriend will give her a surprise for their 5th anniversary in the form of an engagement ring, but she really doesn't want it, or does she? So she's wanting to either avoid the awkwardness, tell him she loves him and doesn't want things to change, or be convinced that it's all right.
Well, here's the thing, because I feel like if she says no, that's going to be really hurtful for him to hear, and I think that's going to be difficult for him to get over and just go back to keep on keeping on for him. At least it would be for me. If I was, he'd probably be thinking in the back of his mind, well, she doesn't want to marry me. Maybe she doesn't really love me the way that I love her. Now, a lot of people mentioned, because the couple of things that she said she was afraid of was marriage changing the relationship. Right. And the stress of planning a wedding. Lisa's like, elope if the stress of planning a wedding is your only reservation.
Yeah, another text that says marriage doesn't change anything unless you're a cheater.
Okay. That's a good point. Jennifer said, why would marriage change things?
Yeah.
And you don't have to plan a big wedding. You have the control here as far as what you plan. Seems like you just don't want to get married in general, which is fine,
right.
But express that to your boyfriend.
Courtney brings up a good point. No rules on how long you can be engaged. So, you say yes, and you have a longer engagement to kind of wrap your head around it. And there are also plenty of people who get engaged and don't ever make it to the altar. So, again, that sounded negative.
It did a little. But it's clear, if he proposes, it's clear that he has changed his mind originally from, where they were at the beginning of saying, don't need marriage. Now he's feeling like, yeah, that's something that I want. But you should have some big conversations about what that means for your future. Do you want to start a family? Is that where, your relationship is going? Or do you just want to permanently bond to this person? You don't have to have kids. Just make sure you're both on the same page about it.
Megan, what's your thought on this?
So my husband and I have been married about 5 years now, and we were together a long time before we got married. And we had a really super solid relationship. We were best friends. And my experience is that getting married didn't change that. If your relationship is good and healthy, the marriage part is just logistics.
All right.
I like that. I love that because, it doesn't have to. It just means that you've made a commitment to making sure you're always going to be there no matter what for each other.
Exactly. It can change finances and stuff, but if the relationship is good, the rest falls into place.
Megan, love it.
Yep, thanks.
Bethany says, marriage changed absolutely nothing for my husband and I. We were best friends before. We're best friends now. Things don't have to change unless you make them change.
Yeah, Courtney says no rules about how long you can be engaged. You don't have to get married right away and do all the things. If he proposes, you can say yes and voice your concerns later. If he truly loves you, he'll understand and you can all work that out later. Don't freak yourself out, though, before anything ever happens.
So what we're saying is, what's the worst that can happen? You guys get a divorce? Why don't you just say yes?
Stop saying divorce! Well, how many times have you brought that up? That is not helping. What we're saying is don't be afraid. Like this, at the worst case scenario, this is a man who's telling you, I love you enough to bond myself to you legally for the rest of our lives. That's a really good place to be in.
Sure.
If you love him too, and you've said you want to spend the rest of your life with him. So there's not a lot of bad here that I can see.
Now, watch he doesn't do the surprise you think he will.
Oh, that's true. We've gotten her all kind of ravved up like, okay, I'm getting married. And then he doesn't propose.
It's like sad trombone. Wah, wah,
and then it flips.
Wah,
and then she's all like, I'm going to propose to him.
Anyways, hey, Tricia, keep us posted. Good luck. We see nothing but bright in your future. So,
yeah, it sounds like you got a good man, a great relationship, and congratulations on that.